What's up, hardware? Welcome to your WOD Brief for Wednesday, the 22nd. This is our final workout of the Support Your Local Box fundraiser. We are so excited for how many people participated in this, but it also means that I need to remind you to log your scores after today's workout. We're doing it on a Wednesday because the fundraiser ends technically at noon on Friday. Now that's noon, I'm not sure whose noon that is. Knowing CrossFit HQ, that's probably California time. But it does mean that we couldn't have the nighttime class do the workout on Friday, so we're doing it today. After today, make sure you put all your scores in. If you haven't registered and you meant to register, you still got a couple days left. That would be awesome. But we're gonna start off with a nice long 15-minute alternating every minute on the minute. So that means that we're gonna have 3 different movements, and on minute 1, we're gonna do A, minute 2, we're gonna do B, minute 3, we're gonna do C, and we're gonna keep rotating through that until we get to 15 minutes. So let's start by talking about that. The first movement is going to be, your A movement is 30 seconds of a forearm plank with knees to elbows, all right? This is just for time. This is a timed thing. It doesn't matter how many reps you get. 30 seconds of being in your forearm plank, and you're gonna try to get your knee to your elbow, knee to elbow. Notice I'm not going super fast. I'm trying to make sure I actually connect. This is not knee to elbow. That knee to elbow. 30 seconds of that. That means you'll have 30 seconds to rest before we get to the next move. The next one is a reverse lunge with a knee up, or what might be called a Russian step up. There's a move called a Russian step up where when you do your step up onto a box or a target, as you step up, let's say I'm stepping up with this leg, I'm also going to bring this knee up and give it a nice crunch, like we're doing almost like a martial arts knee strike, like a Muay Thai knee strike. So all we're going to do is we're going to add that to our reverse lunge. So I'm going to step back, and then when I step up, knee. Now you can do that for 20 seconds on one leg, or you can alternate, right? So I can go back here, knee, step down, reverse, knee, step down, reverse, knee. Now I want you to pay attention to my hips here. It's really important that to get the most out of this, you want to try to tuck those hips under. So there's a difference between this knee up and this knee up. I didn't really do much except tuck the hips under. In one version, my hips kind of stayed the same. That idea of that bowl of water doesn't really spill. Or I spill it out the back. That is that good toes to bar, knees to elbows, all that fun stuff that we do up on the pull-up bars. We're trying to look for that compression strength. That's where you get it from. So, reverse lunge with, a knee at the top. 40 seconds of that, then we rest. Then for the last one, 50 seconds, and that's gonna be split between the 2 legs, we could call this a back scale, if we were talking about the gymnastics movement or what CrossFit is always talking about, headquarters, or the technical term that we might know better would be holding the bottom of a Romanian deadlift, a single leg Romanian deadlift. So all that means is I'm gonna get on one leg. Ideally, you would have arms out nice and wide here, opening up the chest, pinching the shoulders, and then with a relatively straight bottom leg, I'm gonna hinge over as far as I can, trying to keep a nice straight line, try to keep my hips squared up to the ground. My back leg is pointing as much as I can, lengthening, and then return. Be 20-ish seconds on one leg, 20 on the other. This also looks like a single leg Romanian deadlift where we just hold at the bottom. So even this is good too. Now on this one, I'm kind of missing out on some of this extension and on some of this openness, but this might be better for balance, even if you had a PVC pipe or something like that to kind of hold almost like a tightrope walker. So the other thing you could do is exactly that. You can give yourself a balance point here. So I'm gonna give myself just a little bit of help so I can kick this leg back. Now I get to that position much easier because I have balance and I can really spend a little bit more quality time there, okay? So 20-ish seconds on one leg, take a moment, shake it out, switch. That's your third movement, okay? We're gonna go through that 5 times. You get 5 cracks at each move. Then we're getting into support your local box number 3. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be a nice little finish, which is for time with a 20-minute time cap, 50 double dumbbell deadlifts, 50 sit-ups, 50 step-ups, and then 50 single arm thrusters. That's a doozy. So let's break these movements down one by one. The deadlift, the only thing that we might have trouble with at hardware, because we all sort of tried to share all of the equipment, is that a lot of us only have one dumbbell of one size. So for example, the RX for my division would be double 50s, but I don't have double 50s. So I'm probably gonna have to use a 50 and a 35. Or if you only have one thing to use, that's cool too. You just wanna grab it with both hands this way. Deadlift, if you're doing this version, just go down to the middle of your knee. That's about as far, or the middle of your shin. That's about as far as you would go with a barbell. Deadlift with a flat back. You could also take one of each, or if you are lucky and you do have two dumbbells, the standard would be to touch the front head of the dumbbell to the ground and back up. So I'm here to the ground. Is anybody nervous for my toes? No? That would be the double dumbbell deadlift there, okay? You could also use any random object or something like a kettlebell. Again, I've got both hands on one object, or your wall ball, or your weight plate, if you grabbed a weight plate. So, 50 deadlifts. Then, 50 sit-ups. This is normally the one where I go, you know all those sit-ups, but I was looking at the rules and found something really interesting for the RX competitive division, which is the rules specifically state that if you're going to be RX'd, you can't weight your feet down. We don't normally try to do that. But you also can't bring your hands behind your head. They want you to keep your arms in front of your head so that you don't have the momentum of your arms, which is how we've always done them. I've never seen it that way before. I don't know if that's new, but I like it. So now your RX sit-up is going to be not using your arms. Shoulder blades have to touch, back up. Shoulders, back up. Shoulders, back up. Again, if you're not doing RX or you don't care about that, do whatever you want. Have fun. I just thought that was really interesting. So after that, 50 step-ups. Here's where I'm gonna have to go into the cavernous shadows of my kitchen because this is not high enough, but I have space here. Step up. All you have to do is step up to having both feet on top of the target, even if it's just a little touch, that's fine. And then come down, both feet on the ground. You don't have to alternate. You can alternate all of them. You can do all of them on one leg. No rules regarding how you get up and down as long as you go from both feet on the ground to both feet on top. Both feet on the ground, both feet on top. The RX is 24 inches or 20 inches. This is only 18, so I'm gonna have to get creative. And then finally, single arm dumbbell thrusters. We're actually doing these twice this week, so we're gonna get really good at them. This is holding one object, if you can, in one arm, doing a full squat, knees below, hips below knees, to a full press, all the way up, biceps to your ears. So that means this is not a squat, and this is not a press. We laugh, but we see it. So this is 50 reps total, and you can do that however you want. You can switch arms whenever you want, or you could just try to do 50 all on one arm. Don't do that. But just saying, there's no rules on that. 20-minute cap, 50 deadlift, 50 sit-ups, 50 step-ups, 50 single arm dumbbell thrusters. After that, we're gonna get a big cool down in, which is a couple of weeks ago, we started inching our way towards what is known as the Kelly Starrett 10-minute squat test, which is to sit in the bottom of a squat for 10 minutes straight without coming up. We did 5 minutes before, so we're gonna try to do 7 minutes now. That means you can take any position you'd like that is a nice healthy squat. I'm using the couch to help me here, and we're just gonna hang out. We're gonna set a clock for 7 minutes. We're gonna try to spend as much of that 7 minutes in the bottom of the squat as you can. Come out obviously when you need to, go back and forth whenever you need to, but that is how we're going to try to challenge you to finish off your session today. So happy middle of the week. Remember, we've got Oli tomorrow. We've also got a change in schedule for Saturday, which we're trying a 10 a.m. class. And we've got trivia night, 7:30 p.m. on Saturday. Have fun with this one. Log your scores. Thank you so much for participating.